Bayern Munich defeated Manchester United 4-3, despite the close score. The Bavarians were far superior to the English team, which had another weak performance this season, repeating old mistakes in yet another game. You will understand in this video why Manchester United's season has all the signs of being a failure. I will show you this now, after the international football intro. Bayern Munich hosted Manchester United in Germany in the first round of the Champions League, a clash between two big teams, both with rich histories and top-class players. However, it didn't take a specialist to understand that Bayern Munich was the clear favorite for this match. This is because we are talking about a team with a solid foundation over many seasons, a much more cohesive unit. Manchester United, whether they like it or not, is a team still in the process of formation, having made several signings for this season and featuring younger players. The big issue is that Manchester United hasn't been playing well, even when facing teams on the same level or lower. So, what I'll discuss in this video isn't just about the match against Bayern Munich, as Bayern operates on a different level, on par with Manchester City and Real Madrid, well ahead of Manchester United. You'll understand in this video why I believe this season is destined for failure, and it's not just based on this game against the Germans. Number 1. Lack of defensive consistency. Manchester United is a team that concedes goals almost every game. They struggle to defend, fail to close up at the back, and prevent opponents' attacks, or at least to defend well. It was incredible today how easily Bayern Munich approached Manchester United's area and had the freedom to decide whether to shoot or pass. Players like Musiala and Sané had a field day because Manchester United, even when defending in their own half, leaves too much space. This is absurd, and in the end, they pay the price as the goalkeeper, Nana, is practically under siege from long, medium, and short-range shots. So, today wasn't different from what has been happening in the Premier League. Manchester United allowed Bayern Munich to shoot from almost inside the 6-yard box. So far this season, in 6 games, Manchester United has kept only 1 clean sheet. Moreover, in those 6 matches, they've conceded 14 goals, which means they're conceding more than 2 goals per game, on average. A team with Manchester United's investment and the players they have shouldn't be conceding so many goals. Allowing more than 2 goals per match makes it nearly impossible to win games. Number 2. Unreliable goalkeeper. I mentioned in the first point that Nana often suffers due to his team's weak defending. But today, for instance, he let in a goal that was completely stoppable. I want to highlight Bayern Munich's first goal, scored by Sané. Up until that point, Manchester United had been the better team, pressing Bayern Munich's build-up, creating danger with quick transitions. However, after conceding a goal due to a goalkeeper error on a ball he should have saved, it's normal for the team's spirit to drop. Today, especially the first goal, was a ball Nana should have saved. And in other games this season in the Premier League, Nana has conceded goals that, for a goalkeeper of his caliber and given his cost, he should be saving. There's no way around it. As I mentioned, he came with a hefty price tag of 52 million euros, and Manchester United parted ways with David De Gea, who also made mistakes but was already familiar with the club and wouldn't have required such a significant investment. They could have simply renewed his contract. Nana has shown that the decision to switch goalkeepers in the market, getting rid of De Gea to bring in another expensive goalkeeper who had performed well the previous season, has yet to pay off. He's making too many mistakes. Number 3. The team doesn't commit fouls. Something that has caught my attention with Manchester United is that they leave space, even when most of their players are in their own defensive half. And obviously, they leave even more space when they are in the attacking half. So, any team facing Manchester United can exploit quick transitions and usually scores or creates very dangerous opportunities. This is because Manchester United's players, especially the midfielders, fail to break up plays. Even Casemiro, who is an excellent defender, is part of this midfield, but he doesn't break up plays. Today, especially Musiala, took control of Bayern Munich's quick transitions, dribbled from the midfield to the edge of the box with ease, and had the freedom to choose whether to shoot, pass to the right, or pass to the left. This is happening because Manchester United's midfielders aren't pressing effectively. This is something that might change when Rabiot starts playing, but you can't depend on just one player to do this. The whole team needs to do it. Breaking up counterattacks is fundamental. You can see that all the other teams do it, and sometimes even the forwards help in this process. But if the midfielders aren't doing their job, it becomes difficult, and the defense becomes extremely vulnerable. Number 4. Casemiro well below par. If you didn't watch the game and just see the scoreline, which was 4-3, and notice that Casemiro scored 2 goals for Manchester United, you might think he had a good game. But don't be fooled by those 2 goals, because Casemiro's primary role is not to score goals in the opponent's area. His main job is to protect the defense, and he hasn't been doing that well this season. I've already pointed this out, not only at Manchester United but also with the Brazilian national team. It's clear that Casemiro has become slower and is gradually abandoning his position in the Brazilian national team. Those who watched my channel know what I'm talking about. Casemiro had a poor game in the recent match against Peru in the World Cup qualifiers because he forgot that he was the defensive midfielder responsible for marking and tried to venture into the attacking field to attempt creative passes. So, he has been making more passing mistakes, something he didn't used to do, especially at Real Madrid, and has been lacking in the defensive department. Casemiro used to be the guy who did the dirty work, picking up yellow cards for tough tackles, but that was a necessary part of his role. Now, he wants to be a more technical player, one who focuses on passing and attacking, and that's causing significant problems for the team. So don't be fooled by the 2 goals he scored today by pushing into the attacking zone, because his primary function, which is protecting the defense, he hasn't been doing well this season, especially when facing fast opponents, as was the case with Musiala today. And I'm not saying this just because. If you follow the critiques from Manchester United fans, you'll see that I'm right. He's been lacking in terms of marking. Number 5, poor finishing accuracy. Today's game was an exception. Manchester United hit the target infrequently, but when they did, they scored. However, in general, it's a team with poor accuracy in front of goal, requiring many shots to score a few goals. So even with top players like Bruno Fernandes, Rashford, and now Ronaldo, it seems to be a recurring issue in Premier League games, where the team needs many attempts to score 1 or 2 goals. Today, as I mentioned, was an exception, but the team can't afford to be like this. Often it's better to be efficient, make fewer trips into the attacking half, as was the case today, and score goals than to keep hammering away and end up losing the game. This has happened frequently in the Premier League. For example, in the last home game against Brighton, Manchester United lost 3-1, played poorly, and wasted many chances. Rashford, in particular, had numerous shots on goal. Frantically trying to score won't help. Sometimes it's much better to look for a better-placed teammate to score. So, these are the 5 factors that, in my opinion, will lead Manchester United to disappointment this season. Now, I'd like to understand your perspective as well. Have you noticed these same issues? What's your opinion on this? I'd love to hear what you think. So, folks, this wraps up the 2nd video of the day. I deeply appreciate your company in another channel video. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, share, comment, and follow me on my social media accounts. With that, folks, we're in this together. See you tomorrow and in the next video. Take care and God bless.